Good day, everyone. My name is Precious Maviernes, and the module that assigned to us is all about network, internet, and internet protocols. The basic understanding of networking is important for anyone managing a server. Not only is it essential for getting your services online and running smoothly, it also gives you the insight to diagnose problems. This module will provide you a basic overview of some common networking concepts, including Internet and Internet protocols. Topics covered in this module are the following. What is network? Purpose of network. Advantages and disadvantages of networking. Network devices. Teams related to the Internet. Concept of Internet technologies, World Wide Web, Internet etiquettes, and uploading and downloading files from the Internet. Network, a group or system of interconnected people or things. Means the network components may be located within a small area or spread over many remote locations. In any case, data communications hold the network together. Computer networks. A computer network is a collection of computers and devices connected together via communication devices and transmission media. For example, it may connect computers, printers, and scanners. Computers are connected by many different technologies. A network is a two or more computer that can interconnected in a peer-to-peer or client-to-server fashion, most often over a shared and virtual connection. In other words, networks provide the connection between computer resources in order to accommodate the flow of information. Potential need for computer networks. Information exchange, resource sharing. Information exchange is exchange data and information between different individual users. It means that people or other entities pass information from one another. This could be done electronically or through certain system. Resource sharing. The cost of computer has come down. However, the cost of a laser printer, bulk storage, and large enterprise software remains high. When computers are interconnected, there is a possibility that users connected to the network may shape the above-mentioned resources. It means the existing resources in a computing system can be accessed or remotely accessed across multiple administrative domains. There are two types of network architecture. Number one is client or server, two is peer-to-peer. Client or server, the relationship between two computer programs in which one program. The client makes a service request from another program, and the server, which fulfills the request. For example, when you type www.google.com into your browser is acting as a client. It makes a request to Google's servers to the website you've requested. Peer-to-peer is created when two or more PCs are connected and share resources without going through a separate server computer. For example, peer-to-peer can be used for instant messaging applications. For instance, applications such as Skype and WhatsApp use peer-to-peer communication to enable users to chat and make voice and video call directly with each other. Messages and media files are exchanged between users without reading a central server.
Advantage and disadvantage of networking. Advantage of networking. 1. Facility of support. 2. Data sharing. 3. Hardware sharing. 4. Easy sharing of software. 5. Decentralized data processing. 6. Easy to communicate. Disadvantage of networking. 1. Expensive setup. 2. Dependency on the main file server. 3. Spread of computer viruses. 4. Security issues. What is networking? A computer networking is a collection of two or more computers connected together in order to communicate and share the data and information. And also there are two ways to connect to a network. They are using wires or by using signal. The following are some advantages of computer network. Number 1. Facility of support. Because of having network, a person sitting in the United States of America provides technical support to a person sitting in a remote part of India. Data sharing. With the help of networking, it's very simple to share all formats of digital data from one system to another. Hardware sharing. With the help of network, it has now become very simple to share expensive resources including storage, space, processor, and also share devices such as printer, scanner, CD-ROM, drives, hard drive, etc. Example, 20 computers can be interconnected using a network, and just with one modem and one printer can efficiently provide the server to all 20 members. 4. Easy sharing software. With the help of networking, it is very simple to share all formats of digital data from one computer system to another. Decentralized data processing. Through the network system, it is very simple to decentralize the data processing system. It's ultimate to control, security, and manage the important data. Easy to communicate. The communication system has now become highly efficiently frugal and fast. Network allow users to communicate using email, new groups, and video conferencing. So, this are disadvantages of networking. Expensive setup. The initial cost of computer network can be high depending on the on the number of computers to be connected. Additional devices like routers, switches, hub, etc. can be very pricey. 2. Dependency of the main file server. In case the main file server of computer network break down, the system become useless. In case of a big network, the file server should be powerful computer, which often makes expensive. Spread of computer viruses. If any computer system in a network gets affected by computer viruses, there is a possible threat of other systems getting affected too. Viruses get spread on a network easily because of the interconnectivity of workstation. Such spread can be dangerous if the computer have the database which can get corrupted by virus. Security issues. One of the major downsides of computer network is the security issues involved if a computer standalone physically access become necessary for any kind of data theft. If a computer is on a network, a computer hacker can get unauthorized access by using different tools. In case of a big organization, various network security software are used to prevent theft and confidential and classified data. Network device. Hardware devices that are used to connect computer, printer, fax machine, and other electronic device to a network are called network device. A network device are common used to connect computer or other electronics devices together so they can share files or resources like printer or fax machine.
Modem. Modem is a device that enables a computer to send or receive data over telephone or cable line. Modem serves as a bridge between digital device and analog communication networks, allowing data to be sent and received over these networks. Types of modem. Simplex. A simplex modem can transfer data in only one direction, from digital device to network or network to digital device. So simplex can only transfer data in one direction, only from a device to network or vice versa. Half duplex. A half duplex modem has the capacity to transfer data in both directions, but only one at a time. Half duplex devices can either send or receive data at any given time, but they cannot do both simultaneously. Full duplex. A full duplex modem can transmit data in both the direction at the same time. This allows for real-time two-way communication without the need to switch between sending or receiving. RJ45 connector. RJ45 is the acronym for Registered Jack 45. RJ45 connector is a 8-pin jack used by the devices to physically connect to Ethernet-based local area network or LANs. RJ45 connector, it is most frequently associated with Ethernet cable and is used to connect computers, routers, switches, and other network devices. Ethernet card. Ethernet card, also known as Network Interference Card or NIC, is a hardware component used by computers to connect to Ethernet LAN and communicate with other devices on the LAN. Ethernet card is crucial for establishing and managing network connection in devices. Router. A router is a network layer hardware device that transmits data from one LAN to another if both networks supports the same set of protocols. So, a router is typically connected to at least two LANs and the internet service provider. Router is a crucial for managing and directing traffic between networks, enabling internet access, and providing additional features like security and network management. Routing table. A router reads its routing table to decide the best available route the packet can take to reach its destination quickly and accurately. The routing table may be of these two types. Statistic. In a statistic routing table, the routes are fed manually. Statistic routing tables are manually maintained routing tables that provides predictable and straightforward routing paths, suitable for simple or stable network environments. Dynamic. In a dynamic routing table, the routers communicates with other routers through protocols that determine which routers are free. Dynamic routing tables provide automated, adaptable routing paths in complex or large networks. By using dynamic routing protocols, routers can quickly adjust to change and optimize network and performance. Switch. Switch is a network device that connects other devices to Ethernet network through twisted pair cables. It uses packet switching technique to receive, store, and forward data packets on the network. A switch on a router improves network performance by directing data traffic more efficiently and reducing unnecessary network load. Gateway. Gateway is a network device used to connect two or more dissimilar networks. In networking parlance, networks that use different protocol are dissimilar networks. A gateway is a device or software that serves as a key access point between different networks, enabling communication and data exchange between them. It acts as a bridge or translator to connect networks with different protocols, architectures, or technologies. Wi-Fi card. Wi-Fi is the acronym for Wireless Fidelity. Wi-Fi technology is used to achieve wireless connection to any network. Wi-Fi card is a card used to connect any device to the local network wirelessly. A Wi-Fi card enables the device to connect to wireless network, providing flexibility and mobility. It supports various Wi-Fi standards and security protocols and comes in different form factors to different types of devices. Computer networking technology. 1. It stands for Wide Area Network and covers a wide area such as a city. The Internet is undoubtedly the broadest and most well-known one. LAN. It stands for Local Area Network and covers a small area such as a small office or home. It physically connects all computers located in the premises. Home Wi-Fi networks and small businesses networks are common examples of LANs. Internet. It is a computer network system that connects the computers of the world. It is normally connecting through WAN and LAN. It allows users to access, share, and exchange information such as text, images, and videos through various services like websites, emails, and social media. Intranet. It is a closed-room computer network system as it covers a small area and only authorized people can access it. Extranet. It is also a sort of internet access to which is granted only to a few. Unlike the internet, which is public, an intranet is restricted to authorized users within the organization. World Wide Web. It is services that used on internet to view and search contents. World Wide Web. It is the service that is used on internet to view and search contents. World Wide Web is accessed through internet. It uses the Hypertext Transfer Protocol to enable user to browse and interact with web pages using a web browser. Voice over Internet Protocol. It facilitates user to make phone calls by using internet. It's a technology that allows you to make phone calls using the internet rather than a traditional telephone network. Really simple syndication. It is a technique which is used for dissemination of information, articles, etc. Users normally subscribe to the RSS channel in order to receive news. This allows users to stay informed without having to visit each website individually. Weblog. It is a sort of online inventory normally on a specialized topics that consists of a series of entries. Weblog is regularly updated websites where individuals or organizations post content such as articles, opinions, or updates. Social networking websites. Common platform where they can share their message, image, videos, etc. For example, Facebook, Google+, Twitter, LinkedIn, MySpace, etc. These sites enable individuals to build networks of friends or contacts, interact through messages or comments, and post updates such as text, photos, or videos. Integrated Services Digital Network. It is a set of communication standards that transmits voice, videos, data, and other network services simultaneously. ISDN has largely been replaced by newer technologies like VoIP and broadband internet, but it is still used in some areas for its reliability and specific applications. Asymmetric Digital Subscriber Line. It is a sort of digital subscriber line technology that facilitates faster data transmission. Instant Messaging. It is an online facility that facilitates us to chat or talk. Such service is provided by Skype, Google Talk, Windows, Live Messenger, Yahoo Messenger, etc. And then chat rooms, dial-up, download, broadband, upload, and podcasts. Concepts of Internet Technologies. Internet-based services. Some of the basic services available to Internet users. Email, a fast, easy, and inexpensive way to communicate with others Internet users around the world. Telenet, allows a user to log into a remote computer as though it were a local system. FTP, allows a user to transfer virtually every kind of file that can be stored on a computer from one Internet-connected computer to another. Usenet, Usenet News, a distributed bulletin board that offers a combination of news and discussion services on thousands of topics. World Wide Web, a hypertext interface to Internet information resources. What is WWW? It stands for World Wide Web. A technical definition of the World Wide Web is all the resources and users on the Internet that are using the Hypertext Transfer Protocol. The World Wide Web, invented by Tim Berners-Lee in 1989, fundamentally changed how information is shared and accessed, making it possible to navigate and interact with content from anywhere with an internet connection. What is HTTP? This is the primary protocol used for transferring data over the web. It governs how messages are formatted and transmitted, enabling web browsers to retrieve web pages from servers. HTTP is crucial for the web, enabling the retrieval and display of web content in browsers and facilitating web-based applications and services. What is URL? Each web page is identified by a unique URL, which acts as its address on the internet. Users enter the URL in web browsers to access specific resources. URLs are essential for locating and accessing resources on the web page, enabling users to navigate to specific pages, files, or services. A URL will have the following format. The protocol specifies how information is transferred from a link. The protocol used for the web resources is Hypertext Transfer Protocol. The protocol is followed by a colon, two slashes, and then the domain name. The domain name is the computer on which the resources is located. Link to particular files or subdirectories may be further specified after the domain name. The dictionary name are separated by single forward slashes. What is website? A website is a collection of related web pages and contents that is identified by a common domain name and accessible via the internet. Websites are accessed through web browsers using URLs, and they can range from simple static pages to complex, dynamic applications. What is a web server? A web server is a computer system that stores, processes, and delivers web content to users over the internet. When you type a URL into your browser, the web server receives the request, retrieves the request web page or resources, and sends it back to your browser so it can be displayed. What is ISP? ISP stands for Internet Service Provider. They are the companies who provide you service in terms of internet connection to connect to the internet. ISP offers various services such as broadband, DSL, fiber optic, or satellite internet connections. What is HTML? Hypertext Markup Language. This is the language in which we write web page for any website. Even the web page you are reading right now is written in HTML. It uses a system of tags and attributes to define elements like headings, paragraphs, links, image, and other content on web page. What is hyperlink? A hyperlink, or simply a link, is a digital reference that allows users to navigate between related information on the internet or within a document. It provides direct access from one distinctively marked place, such as a text or an image, to another location or resources. Hyperlinks are crucial for linking and navigating within and between digital documents. What is DNS? Domain Name System. When someone's type in your domain name www.example.com, your browser will ask the domain name system to find that IP that hosts your site. DNS essentially acts like an address book for the internet, making it easier for users to access websites without needing to remember numeric IP addresses. What is W3C? The World Wide Web Consortium is an international organization founded in 1994 by Tim Berners-Lee, the inventor of the World Wide Web. Its primary mission is to develop and promote standards for the web to ensure its long-term growth and interoperability. On the simplest level, the web basically consists of the following components: your personal computer, a web browser, an internet connection, a web server, router, and switches. How the web works. When you enter something like google.com, the request goes on one of many special computers on the internet, known as domain name servers. The web functions through a series of interaction between clients and servers facilitated by protocols like DNS and HTTP.
The Evolution of World Wide Web, created by Timothy Berners-Lee in 1989 at CRN in Geneva. Three main stages of World Wide Web. Web 1.0 is the year 1990s to early 2000s. It referred as read-only web page. The content was mostly text, image, with limited user interaction. Web 2.0. It started in the early 2000s. This phase introduced dynamic interactive websites. Lastly, the Web 3.0 has emerged in 2010. Web 3.0 aims to make the web smarter by using advanced data processing and artificial intelligence. WWW architecture. World Wide Web architecture gives important role in delivering and managing web contents. It is divided into several layers, which the application layer, presentation layer, transport layer, network layer, and lastly, the physical layer. The syntax. The syntax is the order in which elements appear or written, meaning the grammar and spelling of the language. Data interchange involves the structured exchange of data between systems. Data interchange involves the structured exchange of data between systems. Taxonomies, RDF, Resource Description Framework, RDF is the key framework for representing data about resource in a graph format. RDFS RDF schema provides a standardized way to describe taxonomies and related constructs. Web Ontology Language (OWL) offers more construct over RDF. It comes in following three versions: OWL Lite for taxonomies and simple constraints, OWL for full description logic support, OWL for syntactic freedom of RDF. Cryptography means such as digital signature for verification of origin of resources is used. There had been rapid development in the field of web. It has its impact in almost every area such as education, research, technology, commerce, marketing, etc. The future of web is almost unpredictable. Proof that web is evolving rapidly. In the user interface or UI, development of high quality or 3D presentation and support for global language and writing systems. In technology, enhancement in privacy and security including data protection, access control, and risk management. Architecture, addressing potential internet overload by developing improved protocol to maintain performance.
Internet etiquette. Internet etiquette is also referred to as netiquette. It is a collection of rules and conventions for appropriate and responsible online conduct. It is a way of conducting an accurate and appropriate way of communicating on the internet. Here are some of the internet etiquette is as follows. First, short message. Brief communication that is often shared through the internet. It must be direct to the point of asking on informing someone about something through the use of the internet. Spell check. It is to ensure that the text you are typing is correct to avoid mistakes. This is to avoid mistakes and improve the clarity of the text that you have written. Mixed case, a writing style that can be used to combine upper and lower case. Example, Juan de la Cruz. In writing a text, we can use upper and lower case. As you can see in the example that I presented, that first letter in each word is capitalized and we can call it mixed case. Subject. An email message, title or topic is referred to as its subject and it helps the recipient understand the message purpose. It's a big help to the receiver when to the specific subject line of the message is understandable and clear. Carbon copy. Its objective is to produce a duplicate copy of the written documents or to the add important readers mailing address to the carbon copy or CC. This promotes transparency as everyone is aware of who else has received the email. Blind carbon copy. It maintains the privacy of the receiver without knowing their email address. It is useful getting information and ensuring that the receiver and sender will keep each other confidential. This will help you not reveal your identity or email address when sending a copy of an email to the receiver, and it will keep your information private. Name at the bottom. The name will be included at the bottom of the message for them to identify the sender. This is to help the receiver know who probably sent the email, especially when it is really important and needs to be broadcast to everyone. Attachments should be small. The size of the attachment must be small or manageable to avoid files larger than 2 megabytes and respect the size of the memory of the recipient. It is important to keep the size of each attachment small so that the recipient can save more megabytes. Do not forward unwanted message. Avoid spreading or forwarding unwanted message that do not belong to you. Be respectful of someone's privacy. We must be responsible in our action and we should not do what is wrong. We must respect each other's privacy. If you don't want to message, don't forward them because they do not belong to you and are not part of your life. Abbreviations. Be specific or be wise in using abbreviation. We must be wise in using this to make our work easier to read. Send button. Check whether the text is in formal language to avoid making mistakes. Think before you click. From the word think before you click, we must think first and check always before hitting and send button because we can change the mail when it has already been sent.
Email operation. Here we will discuss the operations that can be performed on an email. But first of all, we will learn how to create an email account. Creating email account, there are various email service providers available such as Gmail, Hotline, Yahoo Mail, Rediff Mail, etc. Here we will learn how to create an account using Gmail. The first step in creating Gmail account is visit the Gmail website. Click on a blue button that says Create an Account in the top right corner of the page. Step 2. You need to input your first and last name and the username you'd like for your email address. The username is what comes before at gmail.com. In your email address, example, glenn@gmail.com. The username here is Glenn. You also need to set a strong password. Step 3. You must verify your phone number. When you receive the code, type it into the verification box and click Verify. Step 4. After verifying your phone number, you need to accept Google Terms of Service and Privacy Policy. Step 5. Your Gmail dashboard will be the next page you'll see. This is where you can view your emails, create and send new emails, and set up to forward your emails to another address if you'd like. And you can also personalize your account. Step 6. Sign in to your new Gmail account. To sign in your Gmail account, all you have to do is visit Gmail website and click on a sign in button in the top right corner of the page. Then, enter your email and password. Composing and sending email. Before sending an email, we need to compose a message. When we are composing an email message, we specify the following things. Sender's address into field, CC, BCC, subject of email message, text, signature. How to write a sender's address into field. The name of the sender should be placed on the first line. If you are sending from a business, you would list the company name on the next line. Next, you should write out the building number and street name. The final line should have the city, state, and zip code for the address. The CC means carbon copy. Fields also allow you to send a copy of the email with any recipient of your choice. BCC means blind carbon copy. BCCing someone on an email sends them a copy of email but conceals their email address from all other recipients. It also removes the reply all features. Subject of email message. It is the main purpose and goals of the content. It supports the intention and goals of your email in the box. Text. An email that uses only text without the use of image, links, graphics, HTML code, or formatting. Signature, also known as email footer, are separate from the main body of the email and shouldn't overwhelm the content of what you're saying. Reading email. Every email program offers you an interface to access email message. Like in Gmail, email are stored under different tabs such as primary, social, and promotion. Example, when someone sends an email to your email, we can read it in the box. Replying email. To reply an email, click reply option shown at the bottom of the open email. In this operation, once we read an email, we can reply or respond to their email. Forwarding email. It is also possible to send a copy of the message that you have received along with your own comments if you want. Example, we can send a copy of an email message and forwarding to other accounts. The difference between replying and forwarding an email is that when you reply a message to a person who has sent the email, but while forwarding, you can send it to anyone. Deleting email. If you don't want to give email into your inbox, you can delete it by simply selecting the message from the message list and click delete or pressing the appropriate command. Deleting email or removes email from your inbox. Once you delete a message, you won't able to retrieve those emails again. Email etiquettes. The term etiquette refers to conventional rules of personal behavior. But while communicating via email, we cannot know about the body language and tone of voice, etc. Therefore, a set of guidelines for acceptable behavior on email that have been involved is known as email etiquette. Guidelines that help you communicate in an appropriate way, whether that is an professional or social capacity. Downloading and uploading. Downloading is the process of getting web pages, images, and files from a web server. To make a file visible to everyone on the internet, you will need to upload it. For example, downloading images, songs, movies, files, and more. Uploading. It is a process in which data or file are copied from the server to the computer. In this process, users need memory and internet service on their devices. Uploading is the process of putting web pages, image, and file onto a web server.